Hey y'all, welcome to the Honesty Circle, the safe space to discuss growing in adulthood, mental health, faith, and all the things in between. It's your host, Sierra Elise, and I hope you're taking care of not only your mental and spiritual, but your emotional and physical health so you can be your best self this week. All right, everybody. As you can see, if you're looking on Spotify or YouTube, you see that the Honesty Circle has added some digital or video content, and we have a lovely guest next to me. So just to let you know, with video content coming up, we will be able to listen to it on Apple Podcasts and anywhere else that you listen to the Honesty Circle currently. But if you do want to join in and watch the guests that we have, or even the solo episodes that I have, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube. And then also, if you want to watch on Spotify, you can. But yeah, so like I said, we have someone next to me. If you're watching videoly, we have my lovely guest. Her name is Psiyina Davis. She is my mother, but she also is a licensed marriage and family therapist. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, and then we have some new segments that are coming up as well. So, hi.
Hello. It is an honor to be here at the Honesty Circle, and just want to give you your flowers real quick. This is so amazing. So glad you restarted this. So as you said, I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm also a wife, a pastor's wife, bishop's wife. I am a minority doctoral fellow with the American Association for Marriage and Family Therapy.
She's getting her y'all. We have to have 3 doctors in my family. 3. Which one you want to talk to? Dr. Davis, which one? Okay.
And some things that I really am passionate about and enjoy: going to the beach.
I get that from her.
Talking to my friends on a regular, and enjoy singing and dancing around the house. And eating good food. Definitely a passion.
What's your favorite food? Currently, like, it's gonna be like all time, but like, what is your current favorite?
Yeah, because I don't have it all time, but it's whatever is cooked well, freshly prepared. Like if you grew it out at your garden and you just chopped it up and cooked it for me, I'm probably like, oh my God, this was amazing. And just well seasoned food. Yeah. Ain't no particular thing, but grilled fish is kind of up there right now.
Okay.
So
when's the last time you had pupusas?
Ooh,
I need some.
I know.
I was thinking about it the other day.
It's been a minute. We're gonna have some in December.
Where?
In San Salvador, El Salvador.
Oh. Well, you can't bring them back to me. But so basically, pupusas are, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a pancake. It's kind of like a pancake filled. But I want to say, I like to explain it more of like, because it gives quesadilla vibes.
Okay.
But not thin. Like, imagine like what's in a quesadilla.
Yes.
Inside of a pancake. And so it's like that thickness.
So good.
It is so good. Anyways, yeah. Well, thanks for sharing. So we're starting this new segment called Inner or Outer Circle. And so basically it's similar to this or that. So things that you like would be in your inner circle, and things that you're like, no, will be in your outer circle. So Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So my first one is, you kind of already answered it, but beach or mountains?
Beach is my inner.
Okay. Beach is in your inner circle. Paper or digital calendar?
Digital calendar is my inner. Paper is my outer.
Okay. Do you still use paper, or you're 100% digital?
100% digital. I've thought about going to paper, but my track record has been they would go unused. Yeah. So waste of money.
Okay. Fair. Coffee or tea?
Tea is my innermost.
Okay. Is there a specific tea that you're liking right now? I know you're like a tea girl.
Yeah. So I'm liking, it's called Food for the Blood by Upful Blends. Ooh. It's very good.
What does it taste like?
It has a horrible taste.
Oh.
However, it impacts my entire body, literally. So my skin everywhere gets smooth. So feet, everywhere. Face, hands, everywhere.
Okay.
Smoother skin, I could tell. My legs, everything.
But it's nasty. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, you just add some honey and lemon and you'll be able to consume it.
Okay. Movie or show?
Show is probably my inner. I'm not a huge movie person.
But you will binge a show.
But I will binge a show.
You will binge a show.
And yes, I will. Yes, I will.
What are you watching right now?
I think it's called Ready to Love or Ready to Move, or it's in the Ready to Love family.
What is it on?
It's on OWN network.
Oh, okay, like Oprah. That's Oprah, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Drive or fly?
Fly is my inner. Drive is my outer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm starting to like driving a little bit, just because I've been more into podcasts more lately. It allows me just to listen to podcasts, which I can do that on a flight. But there's nothing like driving on a plane, highway, listening to a podcast. Like that's just such a vibe.
Short drives aren't bad.
Anything that's like when I mean drive, I mean like 4 hours, babe. I'm not.
Yeah,
talking about
that's
no,
not bad.
mm-mm.
That's not bad. But if I can fly and get there sooner.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last one. Winter or summer?
Summer is my inner. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with winter because, of course, the clothing is cool. But summer's it.
Okay. Well, y'all, we're about to hop in this episode. This is going to be a good one. Today, we'll be talking about managing our emotions. And so I thought this would be a good episode for my mom to talk about as a therapist. Also, for me being someone who is on the more emotional side and very in tune with her emotions, I think it'd be interesting to kind of dive into this conversation. So my first question would be kind of like, what are emotions? Like, I know what emotions are, but like, not really, so
Understood.
take from that.
So the interesting thing is that emotions or feelings are different.
Okay.
So emotions are like our biological sensations. They're more just chemical changes that are occurring on the inside of us, whereas feelings are more cognitive, induced and produced. And they're connected, but they're not the same thing. So typically we'll have some type of chemical reaction change on the inside. Okay. And by the time we're able to identify it, oh, I feel happy. Like you'll probably feel some type of tingling sensations where your happy neurotransmitters are being released from your brain. Well, that's the emotion that's happening. But then as you're trying to identify and come up with what it feels like, oh, I feel elated. I feel, content. I feel happy, overjoyed. All of that is sort of the interpretation and of the emotion based on your feelings and what you think about it. And then all that you're telling yourself about what this experience it is. So for example, if it's a negative emotion, if you're starting, when you get in a fight or flight and you can feel whatever your body does. So for example, maybe your body gets warm or you start sweating. Well, that's the emotion that's happening. And then we start telling ourselves things about what we're experiencing, and that's what really gets us in the feelings realm.
So, okay, so from my perspective, from what you're saying, it seems like the emotion is the inner part of your body that's happening, and then the feelings are the label that you put on that. Or are you able to label the emotions as just emotions, or is it the feelings? Does that make sense?
So you are able to label the emotions. I think if I'm remembering correct, through the research, there's only so many emotions that we have.
Okay.
And if you've ever seen an emotions wheel, there's like a very inner circle, which are the emotions that are described by the sensations that we're able to be connected to a specific emotion. But then as you go more out in that emotions wheel, you get more into the feelings. It's more descriptive. That's where all the interpretation and the stories we're telling ourselves gives you more description of what the emotion is. So they're very connected.
Okay.
But scientifically, the emotion part is what is connected to this sensation. That's why I get tickled when I have clients who say, and it's been male and female, I don't have any emotions. When everything they're doing with their facial expression, with their body language communicates an emotion. And I'm like, really? That's interesting. You just showed so much emotion with how you said, I don't have emotions.
I think that's interesting too, because like I don't know if you realize, but like kind of in this newer generation, people are very like emotionless or whatever. But I from what you're saying, it seems that everyone has it. It's just they choose not to label them.
Absolutely.
Right? Like they might have that feeling on the inside of them of like, of that fear or that excitement or whatever it is. But if they're not going to then label with the feeling, it just stays in that inner feeling, I guess, I'm guessing.
Well, here's the interesting thing. You can try to act as if you don't have them or ignore them, but suppression is not a good thing. Because, so for example, if someone is angry and try to say, I don't experience anger, I'm never angry. Well, what in reality, what they're saying is, I am doing my best to suppress what I feel. I feel it, but I don't want to acknowledge it. And when I say feel, I mean, I know that I can sense it in my body.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want to acknowledge it. I don't want to give it any voice, if you will, because what has traditionally been ascribed to emotions is being emotional, where there's this demonstrative display. And so, in order for me to be stoic and just say I don't have any emotions, I'm just going to not acknowledge it. Meanwhile, I'm having all kind of emotion,
Right.
and more than likely, because I'm not acknowledging what it is, I'm definitely having some physical sensations in my body that are the emotions happening.
Okay, so you're kind of hit on it a little bit. I guess my question would be, I know it's not, we know we're not supposed to suppress, but why is it important to like acknowledge? Like what is that? What does that do for us? Like, and then I guess go a step further, like how do we acknowledge those feelings, and then in a like healthy way as well?
So the interesting thing, emotions have purpose. They inform. They motivate us. They help us to communicate with others and influence others, and also communicate with ourselves. And so it's important to acknowledge, because you're suppressing a part of you that's very much present. And one healthy way to do it is to first think about, well, what are my beliefs about emotions? What have I been taught? So, for example, traditionally, men have been taught don't show any.
Yeah.
And so for some men, it's hard for them to acknowledge and be okay with saying, I'm happy, or I'm sad, or I'm frustrated.
Okay, you just something. So is excitement, showing excitement, is that something that is an emotion, or is that a feeling?
That could be described as a feeling.
Okay.
Because it's emotions or feelings rather are, so sometimes they're used interchangeably, but there's a spectrum.
Okay.
So you may have a spectrum of, so anger might be the emotion, but there's a spectrum of anger. That's where the feelings come in. So you got rage, way over here, and then maybe just mildly irritated on your far, on the other end, So excitement, that's in the happy category. So that's more on, could be in the medium, depending on, or I'm elated, or I'm ecstatic. That's on the higher end of the spectrum.
I just thought about that because I just feel like I'm a very excited person about everything, and so I feel like sometimes people around me, like, won't be excited, and so I'm like, come on, let's be excited. Come on.
Well, some people are not comfortable with expression, so
Let's get into that.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's because the belief, if I express myself emotionally, that will, what will people say about me? What have I been taught? So some people growing up, male and female, have been taught, don't you cry, don't you say anything, don't you express anything. And so it's been difficult as an adult to what do I do with what I'm feeling?
Yeah.
So I don't express it. And so, but what tends to happen, kind of like the cartoon, where all this stuff is stuffed in a closet, and then a little light feather floats in the air, lands on that doorknob, and all the stuff starts coming out. That's typically what happened with people who don't express their emotion and don't acknowledge it. So healthy ways to do it is to kind of do little check-ins in your day and just be, realize that it's safe to do so. No one's judging you, and to just acknowledge, I feel pretty good today.
Yeah. So I guess
I'm feeling upset about that.
Yeah, I'll say what kind of advice would you give to somebody who hasn't been comfortable with sharing and expressing their emotions before? Like, kind of what's the starting point? I know like we want to get to the point where they're able to feel confident and comfortable, but kind of where can they start? Because I know, I guess like the initial part of maybe trying to make them have feeling safe. Like I think that's the initial part. I'm guessing, but then from there, like once you feel that, how do you kind of provide that safety, and like then with a person by yourself, kind of like what do you think from that?
So I think one thing is to realize what's happening with the body. So that's something we don't really pay attention to. What's normal? What do I feel? What am I experiencing in my body? Because that's where our emotions start. So if I start feeling, so for example, if I start feeling queasiness in my stomach, is this because I'm hungry? Is it because fear is present within me? And so being able to slow down to identify what am I experiencing? So I think that's a good start, to slow yourself down. Slow down the immediate reactivity of your automatic way of suppressing. Okay, so you got to you got to
That's good.
slow that down. And once you start slowing yourself down and being more introspective and being in tune with you, it helps you to begin to identify. And so sometimes you don't have the language. So get a feelings wheel. You can Google those, or feelings chart. And you start with the inner and then you move out. So you start with what am I experiencing? So for example, I don't use a feelings wheel, but I use a feelings chart. And so it has about maybe 9 primary emotions. So happy is one, anger I think is one, and then there's degrees, light, medium, strong.
Okay.
Because I can then realize, am I really on 1,000? Probably not, if I'm honest with myself. Okay.
Maybe I am.
Maybe I am, but I have to be honest about wherever that is. And so if I'm in the strong or light or medium category, I need to kind of identify that. Let's say it's medium. And so if I'm in the medium category, then I look at the words in there and kind of begin to go, oh, this is what I am. I'm kind of frustrated. So I'm not even really angry, like rage angry, but I am frustrated. And being okay with acknowledging what is there. And you could do this with yourself. So maybe through writing, through a journal. Some people don't like to write. They'll like to record themselves.
I was gonna say, one thing I've been doing a lot. I was heavy into journaling for a while. I kind of fallen out of that. I think that for me, that voice, because I love to talk before I have podcasts.
What?
But so I've been picking. I mean, we have recording things on our phone, so like
Yes.
literally, you can drive in the car, you can be anywhere. I'm quick to pull up my voice memo and saying like whatever's on your mind, just sharing it, and then like just labeling it what it was, date it, whatever that might be. But if you don't have the time to sit there and write, then like talk to yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Record yourself. And so that's one way of helping you to acknowledge it. If you have a confidant that you can share and be like fully vulnerable with, a significant other, use that person as a sounding board. Say, hey, I just wanted to let you know I'm feeling this. And just practice that. You can practice that with the good moods. So that way, hopefully, if you are feeling a negative emotion, that you can begin to share that. And then too, emotions get such a bad rap because when we're having a negative emotion, it's really signaling something to us. And not such that we're just such in a horrible place, but we have a need that's not being met.
Talk about it.
So for example, if you say something to me and I immediately feel anger, what I'm going to feel is some flutterings in my stomach. That's where I'm going to feel it. And so I need to acknowledge, flutterings in my stomach. What does this mean for me? Oh, this means, and I need to kind of connect with that. Oh, I'm feeling angry. Okay. So sometimes anger likes to act like it's all primary and big. And so you kind of have to slow down and go, well, what's driving? This is anger. This is the unmet need. It's driving anger. That's where the intensity comes from. And so when I slow down, instead of being reactive to you and just launching back at you and getting defensive and I got attack mode, I need to slow down and go, hold on. if I'm feeling this in my stomach based on what I just heard, because I may have misinterpreted you, that happens.
Yeah.
And I didn't check my interpretation. I'm just going off of what raises up within me, which is the unmet need, and anger is like, Once I slow down and I ask myself, well, what's my unmet need? Then that allows my mind to go, I felt disrespected. Disrespect and anger are two different things. But the sensation I felt was anger, but the emotion, the feeling was disrespect. I felt disrespected. So once I identify my unmet need, anger's like, let me back out of this. I done my job. As soon as you identify, you slow down, because now the focus is, okay, how do I meet this unmet need? What do I need to do for myself? And so if the feeling is I feel disrespected, I need to meet that need by myself first. Respect me, honor me. Okay. And then once I'm back in more of a calm mode, back into my normal homeostasis, now I can come back to you in a healthy way and say, Sierra, when you said this, I really felt disrespected. See, now I'm talking to you full, not thirsty and hungry for you to meet the need. So, because this isn't right now. Listen, it's a different conversation if I talk to you and I'm hungry and we're talking about food.
Yeah.
That's a different conversation. I'm like, so why are we still talking? Why aren't we
going to eat?
Yes.
Right.
So, but if I'm full and I'm talking to you, I'm more laid back. I'm more relaxed. I'm like, that does sound like something we should try next time. It's a different conversation. So if my need is unmet, but I'm coming at you, man, I am lashing out. You know that Snickers commercial?
Yeah.
It's real. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Yeah.
So, and that's the same with emotional needs. And when you haven't acknowledged what is there in terms of not being met, and you're trying to make it be someone else's responsibility when it's our own responsibility for ourselves.
So that was going to be my other question. So how do you address something, or how would you handle an emotion and feeling that feels like it's caused by somebody else? Like someone else did something, and I know kind of what you talked about, someone else did something to me. And so is that still a personal unmet need?
Could be. So here's the thing. We interpret what everybody does or says.
Yeah.
Our challenge is to slow down and check, especially when we have that icky feeling.
Hi.
Hey, Thor.
This is my family dog, Thor.
Especially when
Thor, go lay down.
When we are interpreting your body language, what you're saying, we misinterpret. And so when we get that feeling, again, sometimes it starts in the stomach or maybe the chest where, I don't like what I just heard. I feel something. We then need to check it.
Yeah.
And turn that into a question and go, hey, so Sierra, when you said this, did you mean X, Y, and Z? So I'm coming to you in a curious tone.
Okay. Ooh.
Curious tone.
Curious.
Not an accusatory.
Not accusatory.
Curious tone.
That's difficult right there.
Because I'm wanting to find out, is this true? How I interpret you. So that gives you a chance to go, oh, no, Mom, that's not what I meant. Here's what I was trying to say. And so when you tell me your truth, if I double down, no, you didn't. You meant X. See, now we're now in I'm now completely dysregulated, and now I'm dysregulating you because I'm accusing you of something you didn't even mean or do.
Right.
So, but once you tell me your truth, I have to then let go of my original interpretation and embrace this truth I have. And hopefully it's an aha moment. Yeah. And so, yeah, I had this kind of thing with your dad one time.
Oh.
We had a heated conversation early in the day. This was many years ago. And
how long have I been married? Let's talk about that.
It'll be 29 years, December 3rd.
29 is crazy. That's old.
Listen.
Y'all old.
Nobody but the Lord. You hear me?
Listen. Anyways, continue on. Y'all had a heated conversation.
Millions didn't make it. We were almost one of the ones that didn't. But we had a heated conversation earlier in the day. And then when he came home, he had this little scrunched up look, which typically meant he's still mad, like something's wrong. And we kind of sort of spoke when he came in, and then he went in the den, and I went upstairs, and I'm in our bedroom going off. I know he not still mad about what we talked about earlier today. And I'm going in. And it wasn't until I calmed down for a moment, I said, hold up. How do I know that that scrunched up face was about me?
What if he had a bad day?
Could have. So I calm myself down. I go downstairs and say, hey, babe, were you still mad about what we talked about earlier today? He's like, girl, no. I was like, oh, okay. I said, clearly it looks like something was going on. You want to talk about it? He was like, no, not right now. Maybe. He's like, I'll talk about it later. I said, okay. And I skip off all happy.
Skip off happy.
I skip off happy because I'm like, oh. And so that was a very powerful lesson and reminded me, hold on. Just because I'm feeling a certain way doesn't mean that I'm right. Because hold on. Feelings are not facts. According to Glenn Schiraldi's one of his 13 automatic thoughts and distortions.
Come on.
Feelings are not facts.
Jesus.
They are valid.
Okay. But
they're not facts. Facts are what actually happened. And yes, you experience emotion, but we give interpretation and meaning. We decide what our feelings are gonna be.
Okay. Ooh, that's good right here. I feel attacked. So but in that, so how do you, like, when the emotions, right? Mm-hmm. Say if, I'm trying to like give an example, like I don't know, like, okay, so say if we do, like, I did something to you, or you did something to me.
Okay.
Right. And my feelings are hurt.
Yes.
How should that be addressed? Because sometimes I think it's hard when it's like your feelings are hurt, and sometimes I feel like if the other person doesn't feel that an apology is needed, then they won't apologize, but that person feels like they need an apology because their feelings are hurt. Do we apologize? Like, kind of, how would you navigate so when you have hurt someone's feelings, but you have not intentionally tried to, but you also know what you did, and like you are holding steady on like the fact that you know your truth. So kind of how does you navigate that?
So here's where empathy comes in.
Ooh.
Because if I love you, if I'm in relationship with you,
yeah,
do I want you to feel bad about anything? No. Do I want you to experience something harsh or hurtful from me? No. So the moment I hear hurt, what should stir up within me is empathy for you and understanding, like, oh, I'm sad that Sierra feels this way, or I'm sad that my mom feels this way about something that I did. And so a sorry, if you're in a relationship with someone, is the likely rise up, because I don't want you to feel that way. Now, I do understand that I can't control how you feel or how you interpret my actions, but I do know that I don't want you to experience that. So I'm going to apologize with, hey, I am so sorry that you felt that way based on something that I did or said. Let me try to let me just let you sit with that. If you're wanting to hear what I was really trying to say, let me know when you're ready for that. Because you may not be ready for it
in that moment.
The explanation, not explaining and double downing on, I said what I said. No, I need you to hear
that's where I was coming from,
where I was really trying to come from, which was not a place to intentionally hurt you. But I want to be empathetic to what you're feeling right now. Because if I don't show empathy to you, when the tables are turned,
I'm not going to show empathy to you, baby.
Listen, the Bible is right. We do reap what we sow. So hopefully, you have a person who understands empathy. Yeah. So they understand that in not too many days hence, I'm going to be in your shoes where I'm going to be the hurt person, and I'm going to want empathy from you. I'm going to want you to, apologize. I'm also going to want, you to try to explain in the sense of, here's not what I meant. I didn't mean that, but here's what I was really intending. that wasn't coming from a hurtful place.
What about a mutual hurt decision, like conversation though? Because I feel like
That's
that
common.
I feel that's more common than. And so sometimes I think it's hard for that empathy to come in when it's like, but I'm also hurt.
Yeah.
So like, how would that be? Like, how would you try to help someone navigate that situation?
So here's where I would encourage the people to just take a break for a minute.
Okay.
Do a timeout. And here's where I would go back to what I mentioned earlier. Find out what your unmet need is from that hurt.
Meet the unmet need before we have that conversation.
Meet the unmet need before you have the conversation. So that way you coming to the conversation, not attacking, but you're coming to understand. Because it's one thing if I'm talking to you and I'm trying to get my point across versus I'm actually trying to be understood. Because if I'm coming to you just to try to get my point across, well, you're not going to listen.
Girl, and not and not going to listen.
You're not going to listen, because we come off more of attacking.
Yeah.
I'm going to get and it's like, okay,
is that what you about me? I'm going to argue somebody down. And that's not good, but anyways.
That's all right. You're still growing.
Listen,
we're all growing and evolving, because the things that I'm mentioning, it takes slowing down.
I mean, but you literally said like you have to. What we're used to doing is our initial.
It's automatic.
It's automatic. It's out of like at this point in life, which I mean, most people who are listening to this are becoming adults. You've been living for 20 years, right?
Yep.
And like me, like I'm very reactive.
Very.
Whoa.
You want a story for your listeners?
Okay, Jesus.
Yeah. So Sierra has always been the more emotional of our daughters, and very passionate about whatever she's passionate about. Listen, she's all in. And one thing she was passionate about as a little girl were her babies. And so one day, and this was during the time we had 2 services, and she had wanted to bring her baby to church. And I was like, okay, bring the baby. Well, she left the baby. Bad mama, right? Left the baby in church. And we were going to go get something to eat. And I think we were coming back. And I was like, Sierra, I was like, don't worry, hon. We're coming back. We'll get it later. Listen, this girl turned away from me with one look. She was not crying, and turned back emotional. Nose is pink, big crocodile tears just welled up in her eyes, and just yells out, "Somebody might take my baby." I was like, what?
Listen, I was a good mother.
I was like, somebody go get this child's baby. Oh my gosh.
The recording stopped on the video, but it's okay.
All right.
If it's just audio, this it's okay.
Cool.
Anyways, yeah, because I was passionate about my babies.
Yeah.
I was trying to be a good mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, I've always been reactive. So like what you're saying about trying to, because I've always been so reactive, it's so hard for me to not be reactive and to like sit back, slow down, and then figure out. Because even in the sit back, slow down, I want to sit back, slow down, then still react.
Right.
It's like I want to sit back, slow down, identify, then still react.
Yeah, no.
So
yeah, because hopefully the slow down will help you to better navigate. Okay, what am I really experiencing? What am I really feeling? And then what do I want to do about it? Do I want to go into attack mode? Okay, I can, but what do I want to accomplish? Am I trying to be heard? Am I trying to problem solve? Right. What good do I want out of this now? Because you can go in attack mode. Is that the healthiest way? Is that going to get you what you're really wanting from that person? No,
it's not.
It's not. Especially if you want someone to listen to you. Oh, if you want to be heard, you want to be listened to. Listen, you got to think about how do I want to approach this person so that they understand me. I want to be understood.
That's what everybody wants, I swear.
It's a wonderful feeling. However, our method has to take in consideration not only myself, but the other person too. So, which is why that kind of leads into types of communication, like passive, aggressive, assertive. Passive is me, it can be borderline passive aggressive because I'm not clearly communicating to you what I want. So if I want to be heard because I'm feeling some kind of way, I want to be heard by you. Sure be nice if you listen.
Oh, oh,
Sure be nice if I had somebody that just, took time with me. How does that communicate that I want you to listen? It's very aggressive. I'm not even considering you. I'm not considering if you got capacity right now. I'm not considering how I'm coming off, aggressive is you better sit down. You better hear me. Look, and see, I even pointed when I said it. Just attacking. But assertive is, hey, I really want to talk to you about something. Here's what it is. Are you ready for that? Have that conversation? Is this a good time? If
asking
not,
permission.
if not, because I want you to listen. That's my goal. I want to be understood. So I need to find out if you're even in the capacity. Is this a good time for you? Are you in a space where you are willing and able to listen? Because if you're not, I don't want to talk.
I'll wait.
I'll wait.
Teacher, I'll wait.
I will wait.
I will wait.
And when I'm ready, I will share. I will share. And when you're ready to listen, I'll share. Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you ate them up in this episode, girl? You ate me up in this episode.
I didn't mean to eat you up.
I felt attacked. I just said I was emotional and reactive.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have C's 2 cents for this week?
So my C's 2 cents would be slow down. Slow down your reactivity. And
every day this week, we slowing down our reactivity.
Everything. And so something that can help with that is literally slowing down everything. Like even walking in your apartment or your home. Slow that down. Your walk to the car to your office. Slow down. Just slow down. Because that is your intentionality in paying more attention to yourself so that you are in tune with what's going on with you.
That's good.
That's my 2 cents for this week.
You can take her advice. You can take her 2 cents or not. Hey, she ate on that one. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Honesty Circle. If you like anything that you heard today, please be sure to subscribe, share with your friends, and follow us on Instagram at the Honesty Circle with an underscore at the end to stay updated on Circle News. Thank you so much to my lovely guest, my first video guest. This might not be a video because the video went out midway, but we're going to figure out how I can still make it work.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor and pleasure.
Yep. Y'all have a great rest of your day and go conquer your week.